In today's video,
There was an argument on Twitter like a year ago over a picture he took with Northwest at her birthday party. For context, this is the picture that started a wild debate. He was invited to her birthday party with all her friends there and their parents because she said he's her favorite streamer. And somebody decided to tweet, "So this not weird to y'all," which got over 200k likes.
Actors had proof on him, and it worked. It was point proven that he was lying about everything. And see, that's a problem with this world. We're so obsessed with humor, it blinds our sense of accountability.
Content creator, there's a couple of things you have to accept off the bat with no objections. For anyone watching me aspiring to be one, go ahead and write this down. Class is in session. Starting off with nothing and having people comment you fell off even though you literally just started. Having people find old photos of you that you didn't even have yourself. I still don't know who found this photo of me, but whoever did, you. And one day having the chance of waking up and going from the most beloved person in the world to people saying you're the worst person to ever make content on the planet. So yeah, today we're talking about a problem on the internet that I've been seeing grow every single year, which is what we call switching up. On Urban Dictionary, it's defined as when a person suddenly changes their behavior towards you for the worst, but it can also go the other way and happens too. Usually though, it tends to be someone's built up in a positive light, then gets everything torn down. And the person doesn't have to necessarily do anything cancelable. Nowadays, what tends to happen is a couple of people will make some TikToks or have some viral tweets, and people's minds change in a snap. An example of someone I can think off the top of my head that it's happening to right now is Kindred. Kai's a creator that people on the internet ever since he blew up either loved or hated. Like, you go on Twitter and every day they're having a divisive debate about something he did on stream. It's to the point where people are making memes saying he was sent by the CIA. There was an argument on Twitter like a year ago over a picture he took with Northwest at her birthday party. For context, this is the picture that started a wild debate. He was invited to her birthday party with all her friends there and their parents because she said he's her favorite streamer. And somebody decided to tweet, "So this not weird to y'all," which got over 200k likes in a day and 37 million views. Then people started debating if it was weird or not. They might be right. Maybe he is an agent sent from the CIA, because why the f was this even a conversation? She wasn't rage baiting or anything. She was 100% serious. I think it's more weird that she thought it was some type of sexual thing. It shows what kind of weird mind she has. Recently on TikTok, people have been hating on Kai for a couple of reasons. One of them is saying he fakes his reactions and doesn't genuinely do them. And they're pulling up clips of him reacting to things where they think he's faking it.
Before my dad passed from unrelated issues, his liver disease.
I'm gonna be in shape by December.
Like, there's so many of these clips being posted, I've never seen some like this. And what I think is happening right now to Kai is the switch up. There was always people that didn't like Kai on the internet, but now everyone's coming out the woodworks to say they don't. A couple people made some vids saying he's faking reactions, and now everyone is saying it. Even though these reactions have been out for years, just because of those TikToks, every reaction he's ever done is getting dug up. My whole take on the faking reactions thing is some of the clips do look pretty crazy. Like, it definitely looks like he was amping it up for stream or the clip. But to me, that's really it. Like, the way people are talking on TikTok, you would think his whole lifestyle was completely fake and a facade and he had a humanity stylist. Finally, the downfall of Kindred. Kindred, mass unfollowing suit. All he does is shout. And I know some people are gonna say to me, "Huh, Tommy, you're clearly sucking up to him just to get into Streamer University." And you'd be right. Kindred, please save me. My whole family's starving. My mom is kind of homeless. I need to get in. Nah, but on the real, I gain no benefits from saying that. Like, I don't need anything from Kindred. And I'm not saying he's the most perfect human being and doesn't deserve any criticism. You got people just saying it as a joke, but then you deadass got who think he's like the worst person in the world all of a sudden. The main reasons these switch-ups annoy me is because people will swear they always hated the person and they were always waiting for it to happen. You'll always have the, "Man, I've been stopped watching Kai for real. I always knew he was annoying. Y'all just found that out." Meanwhile, that person was watching his stream like a couple of days ago. And whenever a switch up happens, like clockwork, they do this for everyone getting hate. And I know this because
I've had this before.
all it takes is like 1 or 2 comments hating to gain some traction, then everyone's replying all of a sudden like they're genie saying they always knew it. And people are already starting to switch up back to liking him. Because ever since his streaming university applications came out, people have been basically begging to get in. I guarantee some of the people commenting that they were preying on his downfall probably applied for that. Like, I've never seen a switch up from love to hate to love so fast in my life. It only took a couple of days. There's a girl that literally cried just applying for it.
God is so good. I just finished my application for streaming university. And even if I don't get in, y'all, I'm just so happy.
You know what? I think that's enough of the CIA today. Let's move on to the next person. Another person that was a victim of the internet switching up is Pat God. If you don't know Pat God, he's basically this guy who goes in Discords and trolls annoying people. Then he quote unquote, holy f, the history books are gonna skip our generation, hacks them. Basically roast them, talking like Eminem and Rap God until they can't say anything. And I never really watched him, but apparently a lot of people used to like him. He does have over 5 million subs. But now they're clowning him and saying, no way we used to watch this.
I gotta figure out where I'm gonna make my living.
It just shows me how fast the internet can change their opinions on someone. What I think is happening with him is a lot of his fan base is just growing up and looking back at his videos as cringe. Because I was already a grown-ass when he was blowing up, and I never sat down to watch one of his videos. Or people just got tired of the gimmick. I mean, it's not like he could just do it for a lifetime. I'm imagining him at 40 years old trying to do this and getting laughed at by people online saying he's way too old. Because of this switch up though, I wouldn't be surprised if his views started to slowly drop and drop. Another crazy thing to me I haven't seen someone talk about as of yet is the clip pages and how some of them get paid to literally spread fake news. I'm sure most of y'all know, but anytime you see a streamer clip or just a content creator clip, it's usually by a clip page, which is just accounts run by people who post streamer or content creator clips about things they did. And when you're looking at one of those clips, have you ever seen a steak logo or another gambling company logo? The reason why allegedly, and yes, I'm saying allegedly because Steak is a multi-billion-dollar company. I'm in no damn position to face any lawsuit. Like, I'm not the hero y'all think I am, okay? But you could check online for yourself of what I'm talking about and judge for yourself. Is that a lot of these pages post these clips, then lead people to their bio where they have their Steak affiliate link. And every time someone uses it, they get a commission of whatever the person bets. Sometimes they're sneaky with it too and say to DM them just so they don't get caught and send the link like that. And on Twitter, these pages get community noted all the time because it's against the terms of service to do it. But nothing happens because they don't give a Elon made the company lose 80% value in 3 years. They needed everybody to stay on Twitter, so these pages can post these clips with no consequences. And technically, it's also copyright because you're posting someone else's clip for profit without their permission. Some people would say it's promoting the streamer for free, so who really cares at the end of the day? And usually that's true. Like, streamers or creators don't care a lot of times because it's free publicity. A lot of these pages are the reason why people like Speed and Kai blew up. Of course, I'm not speaking for every creator, but for me personally, I wouldn't care. Like, if people want to post me on TikTok or Twitter and make some bans, hey, go ahead, bro. The problem comes in though when these pages maliciously post content for views and completely lie about things. Like on TikTok, the amount this happens is absurd. And since everyone has a short attention span on there, no one decides to check the full context and go directly into the comments. These pages will blatantly cut a core piece of the clip, then just make up some and spread it. For example, this clip I found out about AMP saying that Phantom explains why Kai Cenat had him removed from AMP.
I hear Kai going off. I don't know what's going on though. I'm saying it sounds like he screaming at somebody. It sounds different. Like, it don't sound the same. I walk downstairs. I see Kai just going off. I'm like, what's going on? Went downstairs, it was up. I ain't had to hear too much.
But it turns out this whole clip is a complete other scenario and has nothing to do with them. It takes 2 seconds of research to see the YouTube video he posted of him talking about how someone broke into their house. And because no one fact checked on TikTok, it somehow got 21K likes in a day. We really allergic to fact checking in our generation. These pages get so scummy, there's absolutely no low they won't reach. Like a couple of months ago, one of these pages tried to false accuse I'm Dante of being a groomer. Most of my audience should know Dante, but if you don't, he's one of the biggest music reactors for almost a decade. And if you know him, you know he's always a guy who just stays to himself and doesn't cause any drama. Then one day randomly, one of these pages posted a alleged text he had with a 16-year-old. And in real time, you could see the allegations get immediately put down because the girl in the video he posted was talking about someone else. But of course you had people immediately not checking anything and hitting him with the, man, Y'all just found out Dante's weird. I bet stop watching it. I truly think people have become so bored online, they will get happy when someone who's done nothing is getting hate. And I really think this problem is gonna keep getting worse. As more misinformation is being spread online and as AI becomes so advanced we can't even recognize it, I don't even want to imagine what the internet is gonna look like in 5 years. I think eventually these pages are gonna learn when someone with enough money comes around and sues them. Because this is an easy slam dunk in court of defamation. And the internet is so hive-minded, all of these switch-ups could change in an instant. I guarantee a month from now, people are probably gonna go back to glazing Kai. And for Pat God, yeah, I don't know, he might be cooked. I'm not gonna lie, the way they making fun of him, his whole fan base might be gone.
No, no, please don't hurt me. I'll call you know who.
Who are you gonna call, buddy?
Pat God, humble him. Pat God, humble him.
Yeah, go ahead, kill him.
Anyways, to wrap it up, it's inevitable that people get switched up on in the internet. My whole point of this video isn't to say you can't change your mind on someone you watch or used to. The only thing I think is annoying is the people who just hop on a bandwagon for someone getting hate, then immediately start glazing them again when they're getting love. Let me know what y'all think about it though. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
Yeah, he is right about one thing, chat. The switch up problem is so horrendous I can go into it myself and actually literally talk about it from experience. You know, we mentioned this guy many times over. We've seen him try to clout chase off of other black content creators. We can go into a whole full scenario about him, but you know, when Low Tier God was at a shitty timeline, you know, there was more trolls than anything. There was also a timeline where everyone switched up on him because he was a meme and people were glazing the shit out of him. Now, many of you know that that timeline was when that meme was at its peak. So everyone defended him for over 2 years until 2024. Anyone talking shit about the man was hated on. Anyone talking shit about him was reported or they got mass disliked. And it's just like anyone that talks shit about this dude will literally get a hate farm of people just, you know, sitting around talking shit about Low Tier God. And sorry, Low Tier God, talking shit about other people or those people who criticize him, saying you're sensitive as fuck, that's why you're this, you're a bitch. All sorts of obscenities were thrown, racial and homophobic slurs as well. Now, my real point is that the world likes to switch up, especially the internet. When it becomes down to people who have humor, for example, people can't help it but obsess over humor. I know that sounds a little bit far-fetched or a little bit just weird sounding, but there is a exhausted amount of resources for humor nowadays. And I feel like the only humor type of thing is rage baiting people. Now, as you can see, people are now switching up on Kai Cenat, which is expected, kind of, but not really. But Pat God, I saw it 3 miles away. Heard his corny ass voice. Heard him say a bunch of weird, fast-paced shit for his own brain. And then I understood what the memo was. The moment I understood that he was going to fall off, it was too late. I was just like, yeah, he gone. Bro's done. And I was right, bro was done. Now his fan base makes fun of him. I see it on Instagram every single weekend. Every single time. Ever since May of this month, I've seen him get mocked on Instagram like crazy. People talking shit about him just comes up on my feed every single day. The amount that I could tell you, I would totally give you, but it's so much. It's not normal. But yeah, dude, it's not gonna stop. The internet will switch up because there's a lack of resources and humor. I'm saying that again because, you know, there was a long time ago when someone did something real fucked up. I'm not mentioning the content creator's name. It's not low tier out though. Someone did something real fucked up and somehow magically the internet did a full switch around and supported the dude. If he was hated before, now he's liked. Now that I think about it, there's been a switch up for the internet on Trump. Now, I'm not a big political junkie anymore, so I'll make this very clear and short for the rest of you. Every single time that Trump was even discussed nowadays, I'm even hearing Republicans not fuck with him anymore. They're starting to notice he's pushing agendas and money on the wrong shit. And when you start doing that and people start seeing you for what you are, that's bad news. Now, people can say that isn't bad news and you just tripping and you doing too much. But I'm telling you right now, ain't no one caring about that dude anymore. If they took him seriously, they ain't taking him seriously anymore now. Now, people have to understand that the internet does have a switch up problem because of the simple fact that everyone wants to see someone grow and be a better person. But again, when it's a rage baiter, they get exceptions. People are willing to see them grow until they do too much and they're done with them. The problem with this world is so simple. It's just, if this was back then, bro, do you know the amount of people that would get away with shit? I know a lot, and I'm not joking with you. Like, look at what happened with the Dan Schneider case. You know, you guys would have all defended that man tooth and nail and probably told every one of those victims to, you know, hit the reset button. You would have told all those victims to hit the reset button. Just because you simply like Dan Schneider. And boy, oh boy, those actors had proof on him. And it worked. It was point proven that he was lying about everything. And see, that's a problem with this world. We're so obsessed with humor, it blinds our sense of accountability and understanding at what we're looking at. So instead of thinking like a logical person, because this person is funny, I'm not going to think about all the effed up things he did. No. I'm going to think about he's funny and he's immune from any bad things he did at all. He doesn't need to take accountability at all. He's just a good person. You're just hating. That's how I see it. There's way too many people like that on this planet. Way too many. It's actually disturbing. I can go over 1,000 reasons why these types of people especially those who involuntarily go through rage baiting, need to go to jail. But that's just me though. There's like so many cases I can go over with you guys and tell you straight up the truth, but you wouldn't like it. All you guys want to defend the people that I wouldn't have proven to be the worst despicable human being on planet Earth. Y'all wouldn't have said that this guy's a good guy, he's not a bad person, he did one bad mistake. But what if I told you that there are certain content creators who didn't just do a mistake, but an intentional action without any thought behind it? We ain't gonna have that conversation though, because we know it's just gonna be a debate of this and that. Again, when a content creator is entertaining, all sorts of bad things go out the window. Look, to end this off here, chat, I think I need people to understand that you need to stop being blinded by humor. You need to stop being blinded by entertainment. I also feel like that is relevant to what this video is, switching up. The moment someone's funny to you, your brain seems to be off. Your thinking cap seems to be off. There was a pedophile that literally got away with everything. And in fact, low-key people... Okay, let me be real with you. Sorry. Low-key people are switching up and reposting stuff that was funny of him. This is what I'm also referencing to. Is that EDP, you guys know who he is, literally has a whole bunch of people just re-uploading his stuff, thinking he's funny and all that. What happened to that? Then there was another switch up with him. They hated him at first. They still kind of hate him. But because he was a PDF file, they made an exception for him. He was funny. He was entertaining. What he said was funny. Do you see what's the problem with this world? Every time when humor is involved with everything, people take off their thinking caps. They stop thinking. They start trying to indulge in humor. You know what? Humor is almost now equivalent to lust and corn addiction. It's the same way as corn addiction. Humor addiction and corn addiction are just two kindred spirits, because people can't seem to get it out of their thick skulls that just because someone's funny doesn't mean you abandon morals. People do this all the time. Look, right. Just know that switching up on the internet just shows you're a complete idiot and a coward. And you can't stand by your morals. If you're someone who's basically having a humor addiction or rage baiting addiction, your life is worthless. You literally don't give a flying fuck about how other people feel, and that is your problem. Look, my point is, right, because I got cut off. My point is that you guys just gotta stop with the rage baiting and stop being obsessed with humor addiction, because you guys are so desperate for humor. You're not really using your thinking caps anymore. You're just basically going off of your feeling and how you want to laugh at everything. But I'm telling you right now, it's a very bad look for you, because if that gets back to someone else you love, it's not going to be pretty for you. I'm only telling you that right now out of wholeheartedness, wholesomeness, or whatever you want to call it. Someone that you love or want to make a family with is going to be able to see what you did. And if it gets exposed, you know what problems it's going to cause. This is someone you want to sit down. There's other fish in the sea. No, there isn't. This is the one, the primordial one. You fucked that up. Look, I'm gonna end it off here because too much time has been wasted. Stop with the rage baiting and humor addiction. Humor addiction and rage baiting is equivalent to corn addiction. Please find a purpose. Stop doing rage bait. It's not gonna help you. People will see that eventually, and then it's going to come back to bite your ass. And then you're gonna say I was young and dumb, and I wasn't knowing any better at the age of like 27 or 20 years old and still doing rage bait. Please grow up. Stop switching up. Stick to your morals. Be a hater. I would rather see a legit hater than someone who just lies and says I'm not a hater. Be legitimate to yourself. Please and thank you.
Hi, I'm Lucy Christian. I am the voice of Ochako Urabaka, and you should subscribe to Neusxanity's channel. Peace out!